Welcome back to the Berg Podcast. Thanks for joining us today. With me today is Ford.
Hey, how's it going?
And Dan.
Hey, everybody.
And we're done with the book. So this one is not about the book. It's the first episode we've done.
3 months?
I would say that's not 100% true. We've mixed in some non-book related topics.
Very few.
Since the beginning of the year, essentially, right? So 4 months relatively. To cover 12 chapters. And
now we're here to talk about nothing.
Chapters.
Now we're 15 chapters, subsection 1, 2, 3 through 8.
And this is not about the book. So we'll sit here in silence.
Yeah. It's gonna be about something. We just don't know what the something is. We generally call that.
Just didn't pick that topic yet.
Yeah.
We got so used to not have to think about topics that we're just like, we're just gonna jump on the mic.
That's fair. That's reasonable.
I mean, one of the things this morning I was running around to a few jobs, and the weather broke. It's gorgeous outside.
Yeah, it's nice.
I was on a site watching our guys do what it is that we do, and it so impacted me that I took a couple pictures, sent them to Tori. Tori was like, "Those are great pictures, sunrise over machines." And then I called Stetson and Scott about different things, but both times I said the same thing. Like I was watching our team do what we do, right? I wasn't standing in the middle of a finished site worrying if we were going to get pavers in on time, right? We were back to doing what we do. We got storm going in, earth moving, guys are stripping. There was 3-4 track hose running. They
were stripping dirt, right?
Yeah, I was just saying, guys stripping. That was.
They were stripping.
Confirming.
They were stripping topsoil.
Yep.
So that they could put a pipe run in. I didn't anticipate that was going to go that way.
Yeah, that's good.
It was great to get out and see the guys.
Too early for that kind of party.
It was. So. If it's early enough, you never know. But
it could just be late.
It was pretty early. It could just be late.
Just a continuation.
Yeah. Would not be a party that I'd want to go to, though. I'll be honest with you that. Yeah. And likewise for the guys. I'm sure they would not want to be at a party that I was at in that scenario. But, they were stripping topsoil, putting pipe in, getting ready to put pipe in the ground, moving structures. It was exciting to just see us being able to go do what it is we do.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, for sure.
It was fun to be out and see it.
Yeah, because it's felt like it should be spring for a while, but really only the last 10 days, week has truly felt like spring. We finally have some warm weather, and everything has kind of started to really go here, work-wise and other. I think I've mowed the grass like 3 times in the last 10 days, and I do enjoy mowing. I just feel like I have no time to do it in the spring, and then by the time I could enjoy it,
it's burnt out and
it's dying. Yeah. So, yeah. But I know a guy, a guy too, that loves mowing so much that he does the virtual mowing.
Virtual? I didn't even know that was a thing. Virtual mowing, really?
Yeah, he loves mowing so much. He has like a virtual mowing simulator. And
wow.
It's kind of wild. I'm not that passionate.
There's
about
so many
mowing.
things in that sense.
Yeah. Is he aware that he could just take his actual mower, mow other people's grass, and they would pay him?
And they would probably pay him. Yeah. No, I think he just enjoys the meticulous, yeah.
He's got the stripes down, right? He's got the chalk lines.
I would assume so. I've never seen pictures of it, but
I'm just curious. Is it like the little push mower that he stands behind? There's just so many questions.
No, I don't think so. I think it's it's probably. I had no idea how much mowers costs. By the way,
yeah,
they're steep.
So I've been doing a little mowing here actually because we got a young guy he's in college. He won't be back for a couple of weeks. Who's going to do it? So it's been going crazy. So I've done a little mowing here. I don't own a 0-turn mower, but that little mower we have here is kind of fun actually. I don't know what it's called, but you stand on the back of it.
Yeah.
And
stand on.
Stand on. It's okay. Not ride on, stand on, but it's still 0-turn. And it's fun. And so in my head, I don't have a huge yard, but I've got enough yard that I use a riding mower. And in my head, I'm like, man, maybe I get one of these things. And so
then you went to the hardware store.
I started with new, and I was like, nope, and thought maybe used, and it's still crazy. 10, 15-year-old machines that are still
$3 to $5 grand probably.
Pretty salty.
Yeah. What's funny is so the girls now, I sent Ford a picture. I have 2 qualified operators. Mara and Charlotte can both mow the grass. Nice. I still really won't let them mow the very front because that's where I like it to be striped. So I stripe it. But Charlotte was mowing the grass. And she was playing. She was having a good time. Like it's fun to run those mowers, especially the kids. Like, they'd jump on their dirt bike or a go-kart or a lawnmower.
Sure.
And but Erin says that it's not work. She said that if I want it to be considered that they're doing a chore or being successful or productive, they need to have like a really busted push mower that's going to like apparently fire rocks at their legs.
Actually,
like,
I mean,
damn.
you're out here. Just stop at one of those places and get the old school
the
push,
real mowers.
The real mower.
You have a real mower.
That's
Yeah,
a real.
so Ford doesn't know. I have one of those that I bought specifically because I have enough space in my yard that I could hit a golf ball.
Because it's a short cut.
It's that, and so I got it so I could cut that one area really short. And now the girls and Aaron think I'm all crazy because I'll like mow the whole lawn, but then that one part I go out and cut really low as I try and get the grass to be lower and lower and thick.
Yeah.
I don't
have
and
that
that is
much,
work.
I don't have that much space, but it would be fun to be able to. Like,
well, what if you that basin out back? If you just like went and mowed a little patch and
so I think if I went from like the back of our house over the basin, probably a 50-yard shot, right? Roughly.
Well, I was thinking like actually you had those big drains that we've looked at a couple of times.
Yeah.
Literally, if that became your target point, like you also hear the ting, ting, ting on like,
I put a little flag on top of that thing and see if I can dunk it into
it's like what, like a 6-foot circle? I mean, it's like, okay, if I can
trash can, right? Yeah.
Yeah, that's good work.
I think those things are called trash cans. Or isn't that the like the generic term for it?
Yeah. I sent Brian a video of I was hitting the girls had got me for Christmas. There's light up golf balls. And so I was hitting them, and I tried to send Brian a video. Of course, the first ball I tried to video, I put off a tree. But it landed.
At least it wasn't a window.
It landed on the green. I only hit one ball somewhat near my house of the like 40 I hit. But I said to Brian, it's so relaxing. It was like 9:30 at night. The girls had gone to bed.
The glow in the dark balls.
Yeah, the glow in the dark balls. I just went outside and hit like 30 balls by myself. Just hit 7, walk back.
Oh, I was going to say, you don't have 30 glow in the dark balls, do you? Okay.
No, I have like 7. So I hit them and then walk. Okay. Well, the other thing is they would go out and then it would be, you would lose them. It would be, even if, not if I was Ford, because then they'd all just be in the cup.
In one spot.
Right. They'd just be right in one spot and I'd just go pick them up. But for me, I
thought that, so I was watching your video and they go up pretty fast. Like,
yes.
Okay. So you've got to know at least relatively where they're at.
They'll stay on for like not 5 minutes, but close.
So these are, how do these light up?
So when you
switches?
hit them, when you hit them.
Okay. Cause I played it one time where like you had to put a flashlight on it for a certain amount of time.
Oh,
it would take the energy in because we played an actual like
a course or something or
some course did it. It's like a cool thing. And it was neat. But then like every time you got to wherever you hit to the last time, you had to like actually like recharge energize.
So Brad talked about, we have a mutual friend. Brad went to school with him and I live near him. My kids went to school and they're in public school with him. And so John Kane. So he was saying John and he went to some place that was similar. He said there was like a thing in the golf cart that you had to put it on that lit up the ball, like the old style glow in the dark, and then you would hit it. And I was like, no, these are as soon as you make contact. So I just bang them before I hit them because it's easier to see.
I saw that, yeah.
But then I thought, Ford, if they travel about the right distance, I think maybe I should play with those balls. Like it would be easier to find the ball if it glowed bright pink.
Well, that's fair. But my next question was, when you hit it, does it feel like a normal golf ball?
It feels like a normal golf ball.
Really?
Yeah.
That's interesting because they're like flashing lights. Like there's something inside that core
LED.
Of that thing.
It's a dance party.
Well, I think it was a little bit of the you know how when in the Yukon the rearview mirror is a camera, and the headlights of, is going to sound really judgy, but like the headlights of a Mercedes are a bright light.
Oh, okay.
When people like add the LED headlights to like a Honda Civic or an inexpensive car that the headlights are cheaper, they flash and it's like having a strobe behind me.
Okay.
So I think part of the thing with the ball is that LED is cheap. So the rate at which it emits light, the camera picked up. It actually is just a regular glow when you're looking at it. But I think the camera makes it look like it's flashing.
Yeah.
But I did think about it, that I was like, I should play with these, right? Ford would make fun of me for sure, but I wouldn't lose any balls. Wait a minute. If I get near a pond, I could definitely lose.
You'd see it still.
You would see it.
Question is, with that electricity inside of it, like, does it fry when it hits the water? Like,
I don't know. I haven't hit any water yet.
All of a sudden,
You keep playing the rain with those.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know.
Exactly.
But it was, so all that off of mowing. Right?
Yes.
But so the girls are able to mow with that zero turn. But I felt the same way. I couldn't buy one of those mowers.
Yeah.
So I had a push mower, even with my yard, that is like you have a riding mower. I do.
I bought a riding mower at the auction in Leola like years ago, because the buddy like his guys like ran it, tested it, and he's like, it's a good one, don't worry. So, because I am like marginally mechanically inclined, like I like to dig into things, I like to take things apart, but I do like still want it to work. So,
do you have the parts manual for that mower?
No, I don't. I just look it up online.
YouTube.
He looks it up.
I look it up
YouTube.
online.
I figured maybe he'd have actually the manuals for it because I mean that's a cool thing to do. But the thing with the zero turn stand-ons are though.
Yeah.
I've done it myself and usually people, but like you can spin them so quick that whatever your set tire is can burn out grass because it's like I can just sit here and do wheelies basically, not wheelies, but like
I had to 360s.
You got to like, almost do a K turn like with a track machine because literally if you turn it too tight or if it's a little wet, it'll just take out that
burns
spot.
Out the grass.
I've done it a little bit. So
you just learn. You're like, I can spin this around. Maybe I shouldn't do it that way.
As I've like started to feel out how to use it, I've turned to be like, oh, I tore up a little grass there. So
just a little like it's like
mine is actually.
I thought you were gonna say you like threw yourself off of it because
no, that is the risk with that actually is the Velkeys. So have you ever seen when they have the ones that are not a stand-on, but the machine is similar?
You want to talk about a calf workout? You do one of those.
And it has a hook that hooks to the back of the machine, and then there's a single wheel that you stand on both sides. It is a big calf workout, but you have to be careful because if anything happens and you get the handles hooked, when it spins, you'll run yourself over.
Oh, jeez.
Like it's not. You got to be, or it can catch you. They are really good machines, but they can be dangerous if you're not careful. But my zero turn is actually, it was my parents' zero turn that they like it stopped running and they broke it. The transmission didn't work. And I took it to somebody out here that we knew and they were able to put heavier transmission fluid in it. So the hydrostatic worked. So my parents were like, if you can figure out a way to get this thing to work, you can have it. And I was like, okay, no problem. So I figured out a way to get it to work because they're so expensive.
They are. Yeah. It's wild. Cause I've been like now I kind of like, oh, it'd be fun to have one, but, and I had no idea like the difference too in like perceived quality. I'm sure it's real quality, but like commercial zero turn mower, like
Dixie chopper,
like 30
X-Mark,
grand. Like it's insane how much you could spend on in my mind, a mower.
But they're for people that are making a living with it.
Yeah.
They got to run.
Well, I also don't want like one that's got a real big deck either because my yard, well, first is not that big, and two, with how unlevel my yard is at times, I would just be scalping it every time I made a turn. So
I was really fortunate when I first moved into the new house. We had finished up snow, and Ford got one of the tractors cleaned up for me and said, like, you don't have a mower. He knew that I was mowing this pretty big yard with a 21-inch push mower, and he was like, you can use one of the mowers and set up one of the mowers for me. But the guys did me the favor of giving me a really big mower, which was great. Except like my front yard was like 3 stripes. Like it was so crazy, that it was the same thing. The deck was so big that my yard didn't seem uneven until you tried to cut it with like a 70-inch deck. And then it was like, whoa, that's I can only cut certain ways.
Or there's like a spot up there, like, okay, I got to like move my spaces over so I can like ride over
it so that it doesn't
like split that spot instead of hit it with one side or the other.
Yeah. People always are like, you mow your own grass? And I'm like, absolutely. Now I don't anymore, but like it and it used to take me like 3 hours, and it was like a peaceful 3 hours. You throw the earbuds in, whatever, and you just go cruising around the yard at like 5 miles an hour or something like that. Yeah. But it's so funny how that works though, because like it is fun until it's like day 10 and you need to do it, and then you're like trying to squeeze it in, like you know what I mean, like if you knew like every Monday night I'm going to mow and you just kind of had that night set aside, you're like, cool, like I just know Monday night I'm going to mow. But like when like your schedule gets goofy and all of a sudden it's like Wednesday and you're driving your driveway, like, crap, this needs done, I need to do this, and it's like it's not happening, and then you're trying to like race through it when it's wet or all the kind of goofy things involved.
And we have like neighbors, right? Like you have neighbors, but our neighbors are a little closer for sure.
So if theirs is mowed and yours isn't, it's a situation.
And both of those guys, left and right, are retired. And I am always the last one to mow. And sometimes I think they've mowed twice since I have. And I'm like, I really got to get to it. I cut it this morning and
went back and cut it this afternoon.
Really got to get to it. And usually it's like, oh, and then it rains.
Yes. Well, and I remember you telling me this story many years ago, Dan, and I was just like, huh. But my lovely significant better half has decided that we cannot treat the yard.
Yeah. You can't put chemicals on your yard for it.
Yeah. And now the yard is it's the second season, and
It looks
and
like it.
It looks like it. And the neighbor, who children are older, he spent a couple years getting his yard to that position, and now I feel like a clown because I know that my junk from all my weeds is going to be going over to his yard. So I'm currently in negotiations. Usually don't talk negotiations ahead of time. That maybe at the end of the driveway to the end of his property, we could treat that area because the kids don't play in that area. I don't, the back area, whatever, but I feel bad because now we got like dandelions everywhere. His doesn't have any dandelions, and it's like, I know all that's just blowing, and he
So what's so funny about this is and I was like on the front side of this with the kids. Aaron buried me with this early. And so the negotiation we came to was if I can't use chemicals, then she has to remove all the dandelions. So she has these like 2 hand tools that she works like Carol Berg. As close as you can, nobody works like Carol Berg. She works as close as you can get to Carol Berg at removing all of the dandelions. Wow. And there are 0 dandelions in my front yard.
That's impressive.
I'm trying to negotiate further that the little side piece of yard between my driveway and my neighbor's yard that I'm allowed to treat because my neighbor on the east side of me is they're really nice people. They have a couple kids. They go to the Waldorf school in Kimberton. And they are very, very
particular?
Healthy, they're very organic. They're very crunchy. And they're good people, but they do not treat anything. That poor guy is out there trying to remove dandelions. It would be better if he just removed like the one piece of grass that's left. And so
you hook him up with Tim and tell him to get some AstroTurf out there.
Yeah, we could just turf that thing. But so his dandelions are like brutal on that one strip, and Erin she can't even do anything about it. So I just have to try and get the girls to mow it as much as possible to at least keep the dandelions down. But I'm trying to negotiate that I could treat just the one strip. And same argument. They don't really play. The girls don't go over there. I'll just tell them to stay off of it. But I have to create a barrier between my reasonable grass and that dandelion field.
Yeah.
So yeah, I feel your neighbor's pain with that, even though I don't have chemicals, because you can win, but I just don't know if Tamara is committed enough.
I remember him moving in, and he's like, "Oh, you know what? Get my yard to look like," because at that point everything was treated and it was looking clean, and now mine's like looks like I just forgot about it, right? But I did see not only is there dandelions, but now there's like the picker ones.
The little thistles or whatever.
So that might help the negotiation because once someone steps on one of those,
that's no fun.
Yeah, the thistle's not fun.
Yeah. But it's like, because we have farm fields around us.
Yeah.
So like you have to almost treat it because otherwise, like
you get everything.
Yeah.
Everything that blows, all of the pollen is pollinating your yard, and you get everything for sure.
It's like your backyard coming from those fields behind you. It's just like
I know, and that guy. I mean, like I don't blame him. Like farmers do things
to benefit their crops,
right? To benefit their crops, and at times where it's probably like the least inconvenient to do it. So it's not in the middle of the day when no one's home, right? He's doing it at like 9-10 p.m. because the heat's down, the sun's down, all those things. So he's doing his tractor's going and 9, 10, 11 p.m. and I wake up the next morning, everything's just coated.
So the farmers, they don't have to subscribe to that the work hours.
Nope.
No.
There's a lot of rules that they don't have to subscribe. So don't get started on that.
I could open up a whole nother topic.
Yeah.
Brad was talking about, I don't remember where he was talking about, but he was talking about a farm that was, I think somewhere near Camino, and it was so crazy. Like, we have so many protections in and basins and everything else, and a farmer just like tilled 150 acres right before a rainstorm, and it like blasted onto 100. And he was like, "This is so crazy that either the regulation should or should not apply." I'm not against farmers in any way, but as a heavy civil contractor, it is frustrating when you see like we're taking pictures every time it might rain to send in pictures.
We deal with it. I mean, like,
we deal with it, but
our basin issue is primarily because of how the farmer has treated the farm lane, which is also the emergency spillway for our basin. And so he essentially, like, to protect his crops,
he built it up to block it.
He raised the farm lane about 30 inches, which is also the exact height of the outlet pipe. So the outlet pipe has to go backwards before it could ever go the way it's supposed to.
That just makes you have waterfront property every once in a while.
Well, I do get ducks every once in a while. Yeah.
The best is when farmers become civil contractors.
Yeah.
There was a situation last summer here in town where like The dust was so bad that I
That
was
was
driving down
unbelievable.
76 to Turnpike
Yeah.
and had to slow down because, like,
Yep.
It
was
had made
goofiest
it all the way
thing.
to 23. It had blown
Yeah.
across 76, across like the Walmart parking lot and onto 23. And I think I called Ford. I was like, this is so crazy
Right.
that they're getting away with this. Cause he had turned himself and is a civil contractor.
Yeah.
Though my favorite of the local civil contractors is the Amish or
The 953 on the back
the
of the tractor buggy.
953 on the tractor buggy. Yeah, that's my
Yeah.
favorite. I've been told we need a permit to move that 63. So I never tried to pull a permit with a tractor, but I assumed that PennDOT would shoot me down on that.
Yeah. I just want to know how that stops. I mean, the weight ratio is way off.
Weight
on
is
that.
way off. Mm.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
So see, we did have something to talk about.
Yeah. Whole bunch of nothing.
Mowing
into
grass.
something.
Mowing grass mostly.
Well, really, it started out the temperature because it's just crazy.
Yeah.
Because like 3 or 4 weeks ago, the temperatures looked right. Like if you looked at
It
like,
didn't feel right.
the wind was like howling and like
high,
it was
It
like
kept raining.
it'd be like,
Rain.
oh, it's 60 degrees tomorrow, and you go outside and you're like, I'm going back inside. I need like another layer because it was not quite there yet, and now it's officially like it
Yeah.
feels like
It was 60.
when it says
felt like
65 or
35.
70, you're
Yeah.
like, okay, this is
Yeah.
tolerable weather.
Well, that's we
I
have the potential. I have a potential jinxing myself by saying it, but it is true. I did feel this way. We had the basin conversion, and it was the last thing we had to do. And Stetson and I really agonized over this of whether we would go for it in spring or if we would wait and try and do it in a more advantageous time from a rain perspective. And we made a decision we were going to do it, and we saw clear weather. But like you really don't know weather outside of 3 days. And we have just had a beautiful stretch of weather here, and Justin and the team just like tearing through these basins and being really efficient. And we are close. We are days away with a little bit of rain scheduled this weekend, which we should be fine. So I feel a little bit jinxing myself, but weather-wise, I couldn't have asked for better weather at an exact time than I got right now.
Yeah. Yeah, for
Which
sure.
usually doesn't happen. Usually, whatever you need, it's the opposite.
It's
So
the
that's
opposite I normally get.
Yeah,
so.
yeah.
I know.
It's like
It'll
okay.
bite us at some point. At some point, I'm going to be saying the opposite. But right now, I feel
Yeah, 'cause
fortunate.
April showers weren't too strong. They were like more in March and February. I mean, we all believe that the weather cycle has like shifted a month or two. Just that's the way it goes. But
Sure.
it's been odd for that perspective.
Yeah. I mean, I think we got the March showers and the April wind.
Yeah.
It's
supposed to be May, like drying it up, and that's not exactly the way it is.
Yeah.
We'll be curious to see what, like, every year some fruit producer says that something affected their ability to grow, so they can raise the prices. But it's like, okay, what happened this year that caused?
What fruit should I go out and buy right now?
I was just thinking about that. Like, I thought, I didn't like verify this in any way, but I thought we had actually a fairly cold winter comparatively to the last few years. But, and usually they say that the cold winter is good because it kind of kills off the excess bugs and, disease in the crops and the grass and all that stuff. But the bugs are actually kind of bad. Right? I'm wondering if like that's actually not the case, and that's just sort of like
Or it
old
wasn't
wives'
cold
tale,
enough.
or if it still was not cold enough.
Right. Or are they just because it got so warm so quickly that they all just like fired up at the same time or something?
Maybe, yeah. But the bugs are kind of bad, I think, for this time of year.
Yeah.
Like out in the evenings when you're
Mhm.
when
When you're trying to mow.
you're trying to mow, when you finally have a few minutes to mow. Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But no, I mean, like it's, May 1st today,
Yep.
yesterday, whatever it is.
Today,
Lost track.
today is
Yeah.
May 1st because my watch still says it's the 31st.
Yeah, because you
So
got
I
an
gotta-
extra day in there. Doesn't know how to override that
I
one
have
day.
to manually flip that over.
Yeah. But no, I mean, like Mother's Day is coming up. It's crazy to say that there's going to be another holiday with Memorial Days at the end of
Yeah.
the month, which
Are
is not
you-
even at the end of the month.
Are you
but-
prepared for Mother's Day? Do you have a plan? I had a reminder to have a plan, and quite honestly, still don't have a plan because now a bunch of soccer happened, so I'm trying to figure it out.
I don't have a plan.
I have a plan.
Yeah, you
Yes,
do have a
good
plan.
work.
I have a plan.
Nice
Good
work.
work, Ford.
It will
nice
definitely
work.
fail, but I have a plan.
Well, hey, but like,
It's-
Usually good thoughts don't really qualify,
Yeah.
but
I had
You
a
gotta
really
start
good
somewhere.
thought, but then soccer happened, and I was like, I don't know what this looks
well,
like.
I will say this. So
It's 2
this
weeks,
is
right?
very funny.
Two-
So
something
like
it's
that.
it's two Sundays.
not
not
yeah.
this Sunday, but next Sunday. Just a PSA for everybody out there, just in case they forgot.
Man, better.
I was thinking
But-
2 weeks, but it's like 10
yeah, it's
days,
not 2
9
weeks.
days.
That's a good
Like,
point, Sid. I got to hurry.
We play basketball Monday nights,
Mm.
and the one gentleman says, "Hey, I'm going to bring my kids and my wife along." I'm like, "Oh, cool, whatever, that's fine." They play with our daughter, so it's good. It was his wife's birthday.
Oh, that was.
And he's like, "Oh, everybody say happy birthday to my wife." And we're all like, "Happy birthday." And afterwards, the rest of us guys go like, the other guy's like, I wouldn't even try that. Like, I don't even know. Like, you're
That's
gonna
a
go,
bold move.
you're gonna go play
Yeah.
basketball, make your wife take the kids to some
I don't even
stranger's
know if bold's
house.
the right word. It may have been brazen. He may
It might
just
have been
like,
stupid.
Yeah.
I'm just like,
I don't
man.
know who this was, and I don't want to be insulting. but
Right. But
I know it wouldn't have worked well for me.
No, I don't think so either.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe in his relationship,
There's different parameters.
Yeah,
That's
there's
all I
different
can
parameters.
say.
That would go beyond. That would go beyond bold.
Allie's
I remember saying
really
that was
easygoing, and like
Yeah.
oftentimes with the way birthdays fall and stuff like that, we're just in the thick of whatever's going on,
Mhm.
and we don't like do big celebrations and stuff like that. But if I had said like, "Why don't you come with me?"
I'm gonna go
to play
golfing.
I'm going to go
basketball with
golfing.
the
Why
guys,
don't you come
golfing.
along and you can watch the kids and like carry my clubs?
Yeah, that would.
I don't think that would go well.
That would be insulting.
Yeah, it'd probably
That's
be
a
bad.
hill I'm not dying on. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah, insulting for sure. Yeah. I agree.
So we covered that for everybody too. Mother's Day is
Mother's Day's
apparently
coming.
9 days away. So
Mm.
make sure you have some semblance of a plan in order to
Yeah.
To recognize the your
wonderful
own mom
women.
or the wonderful women that allow us to do what we do every day,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and make sure
We better
our
end this
grass
early
has
so we can
weeds.
all get our plans pulled together.
Yeah, I got to go right now, Brian. I just realized I don't have
Just
2
realized
weeks.
I don't have a plan. And
I only have 9 days, and a couple of them are weekends
Yeah.
and a
running out
couple
of
of
time.
days.
Yeah, I'll be gone for a couple of those days.
Yeah, there's a. Most restaurants will probably already have reservations. by
Yeah,
this point.
I'm getting
Yeah.
concerned myself as we sit here.
Yes.
Yeah, you know what I did want to say. We didn't talk about it, but he'll certainly hear it. So I heard congratulations were in order already for Aiden. He's finishing up his
Yeah.
first year lacrosse season. I stopped in to drop something off to Brian today,
Yeah.
and I asked how Aiden was doing, and I heard. You go ahead.
Yeah. Well, so he's finishing up his first year of college.
Yeah.
More
I guess that's
More
important as well,
importantly.
everyone.
successful
25% done. Nice.
of college. And we're hoping.
Could be 20.
We're hoping.
great
Gavin's on the 5-year plan intentionally. So, but Aiden's hoping 4 years. Yeah, but his team's having a lot of success. It's been a lot of fun to watch. They last night won their the GMAC semifinal to advance to the GMAC championship game on Saturday. So his first playoff game ever as a lacrosse player. Unfortunately, our high school doesn't have a lot of success in that nature. Good group of guys, they really try, but that was his first trip ever to a playoff game, and he had a goal and an assist. So
Nice.
yeah, so that was exciting. Yeah.
Now, is this the big one that happens at Johns Hopkins, or is that a different one they used to go to every year? Like you'd go down.
So the NCAA tournament, it will happen over the next few weeks, wrapping up around Memorial Day. So their conference championship, which is on Saturday, is an automatic qualifier for the NCAA tournament. So
if they win,
they win Saturday, automatically into the tournament. They'll play first round of NCAA tournament will be it's actually on like a Wednesday, which kind of stinks because
Brian will be off on a Wednesday.
yeah, no,
Depends where he's got to drive
Working
to.
remotely.
I'll be coaching. I have a game that day. I know. Yeah.
That coaching really gets in your way.
You'd like
Logistics sometimes are a little challenging.
sometimes it's challenging to balance, but yeah. So, but if they win on Saturday, automatic qualifier for the tournament. But they're ranked third in the country right now. So I think that they'll even if.
So it's like a field of 64, kind of similar like basketball type of thing.
Not quite that big.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I mean, like it's one of those things
similar.
where like some of them you automatically win in, some they pick teams based on their stuff.
So this Sunday, the 4th is like selection Sunday. Yeah,
Okay.
So the selection committee will pick the teams. Some of them will automatically qualify. They'll create seeding, and then tournament will start next week. And
we're not trying to run this on, but we talk about college. Something happened in the NFL draft, and I never really want people not to succeed in life, but seeing what happened to that quarterback sliding so many rounds was just kind of worked out.
it was kind of wild. I mean,
I literally like checked.
Moment.
I didn't watch the thing. I literally checked, and I was like, "We're through 2 rounds, and his name's not on this thing." And then it was like, "Okay, how far does it go?"
So I guess it might have been the second night. Our lacrosse team had like a team meal, so it was on TV in the background, and the guys were all like chatting about it. So I I took some interest just as a participant in the conversation, et cetera. And I was talking to one guy and he's like, man, like, do you think he goes undrafted? Like, is that like, remember they held out? Then he held out last year because they said he wouldn't have gone first the same year as Caleb Williams.
Yeah.
Right. Well, that was a thing. Am I misremembering this?
I think you're right.
Yeah.
They said there's no way he goes first in the draft because Caleb Williams is in the draft this year. So we're holding out. He's going to go next year.
Yeah.
And man, that was.
I mean, so first, like, pure service announcement. Like, Deion Sanders is the greatest corner that's ever played. He's one of my favorite players. I mean, like, we can argue about it if you like, but he may not hit like other people, but you did not throw the ball his way for a decade. And he has created a heck of a show out there in Colorado, generating a lot of money for a lot of people. But that was one of the craziest things I've seen. I mean, I get it. People are saying, he's not as gifted as they say he is. He has all these flaws. The pundits are not usually that wrong. And if it looks like a duck and it walks like a duck, there's something really odd about what just happened with that draft. And I can't help but feeling like, I am not suggesting he is Tom Brady, but I am saying when you do that to somebody, you give them more ammunition than anybody could ever give them.
Yeah.
And I just feel like if he has the ability and the willpower to be a significant player in the NFL, you just empowered him more than anyone ever could to prove 31 teams wrong 5 times.
That's literally the thing. Like, will he be Jordan, who got cut from the team, and come back? Or will all of these people be right? I mean, that's like the coolest thing about this whole situation. We're getting to watch.
There's going to be a right or wrong if they, if they give him a chance.
And literally, like, I don't disagree with you about his father. I mean, he was one of the most fun people to watch.
Yeah.
But the amount of hype and just show literally went against the kid.
Yeah.
Like, there's no way about there.
I'm not a big fan of like what I like to call like false bravado, like being excited for the sake of being excited over something, we laugh about it as a team because like we're getting warmed up and the other team wants to be like, they're hollering and they're carrying on for the sake of it.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm like, and we're like, man, like they're acting like a bunch of clowns and you don't have to act like a clown to know people, for people to know you showed up.
Right.
And I just sort of felt that way about the situation. I felt like,
the circus came to town and nobody in the NFL wanted to do with it.
And that's what everybody's saying. That's what everybody's saying about the circus. I mean, the thing that's so hard is I think that, from my perspective, I think that what he has created, what Deion has created is a massive version of what he himself was. But he was, I'm not suggesting that everyone else is not genuine, but he was genuinely this thing. Like no one had ever really done what he did. I mean, like I'm older than you guys. Like I remember, and I was fortunate enough, I had a really talented player that I played with who Bobby Bowden I once saw in the locker room of the dismal high school I played at with moldy showers, and Bobby Bowden was in that room.
Yeah.
And like I can remember turning on, like the TV and changing the channel to watch, you know what I mean? Keith Jackson announced and Florida State turning out the lights and a horse with a flaming spear comes in and this guy who's just bigger than life, wearing number 2, and then the draft and he runs out of the building and gets on a plane. Like he was the thing. It wasn't a show.
Right.
Deion Sanders was the thing, and then go ahead and throw the ball his way and watch what happens. You throw the ball there, he's dancing. Like that's how it's going to go. And I think that he has built a model of that in college football at a few places. But it's a replica. You know what I mean? So it's almost like did you own the real Mustang or do you own a replica? It's not, it can be exactly like it, but it is not the original. The original is him.
Right.
And I think that
and making it look like the thing doesn't inherently make it successful.
Right.
Yeah.
And like what you'll get no debate from me is I do not think that he could be as good as his dad. You know what I mean? Like that's how good his dad was. You know what I mean? That's not a knock on him. He could be he could be the best quarterback of this draft. It's still not the same. He'd have to be the best quarterback of this generation and maybe one of the top 3 quarterbacks to ever play to be what his dad is at corner. So imagine growing up in that shadow. And so you just follow the thing. So I feel for the kid. Cause I mean, it reminds you, Aaron Rodgers is another one that you watch drop or, you know what I mean? Right. It just stinks. People tell you you're supposed to be this thing and then you got to sit there and be made, it's a scene. And the girls knew it. Mara's really into watching stuff like that.
Oh, really?
And Mara kept texting me and she was like, the quarterback from Colorado has still not been drafted. And I'm not really watching. I know what's going on, but she was texting me and being like, this is crazy.
Yeah.
Like, why is he not getting drafted? And I was like, I don't know, buddy. Like, I don't.
Yeah. It's just so, because I watched a couple games this year because at the end, like, you know, they were on everything.
Yeah. Right.
And he didn't show any dazzlements. But then, like you said, the show, like, they're showing the sidelines because like Jay-Z and Lil Wayne are standing there. And it's like, that has nothing to do with the football team. I mean, it's cool, like, because it's all the hype. And I mean, what he's done for Colorado is its own thing.
For sure.
But it's just one of those where it's like, okay, so once in a while, we need actual talent. The hype only gets you so far.
Well,
and, you know, you got to prove it now.
And you know what got lost in this is Colorado likely had the best athlete in the country. Colorado. They weren't that good. Travis Hunter is no joke. Travis Hunter.
Yeah.
It's blasphemy to say Deion Sanders, but
did he go 2 or 3?
He went 2, I think.
2, I think.
And with the understanding that he will play both ways, or he would not sign the. I mean, that's they had the kid. It just wasn't his kid. But
also with that, like, you know,
he was the most humble kid, though.
And he was so humble.
I loved watching his. He's like, wait, are they calling him yet? That was amazing. Like,
well, but he's the guy. You think about it. Not even playing both offense and defense. You're doing it in Colorado.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, what is your lung capacity?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
you're
you
playing
walk up high and like like breathe. Like, you know what I mean? Like that right there is like, I mean, my only question is like, will his size affect him once we get into, you know, the NFL, which, you know, we're jumping off, but it was like, I watched it and he was literally back
he
there.
is the show.
Right. But I just remember when you say about Deion, like, I just remember being a kid and like thinking when he went from San Francisco to
Yeah, please don't
Dallas.
talk about where he went to. Yeah, that hurts my soul.
And there was times where he would like purposely goad the quarterback, act like he couldn't keep up with the wide receiver.
Yep.
The wide receiver would throw the ball and you would see him like he'd act like he was like 6 steps behind, catch up, and then pick the ball.
He would run by. Yeah, I mean, it
was like always the coolest things. Like, oh, you're going to try that, are you? Well, here we're going to show you how this is.
The only person I enjoyed watching more than him was Barry Sanders. Barry Sanders could make you look like you didn't even belong on the football field.
Doc.
Yeah. Well, Dawkins, that's a different thing. Dawkins is like in the mold of Rod Woodson and those guys. You know what I mean? Like just. I dare you to catch the ball. Like, you know,
you want to come across the center.
I would still, you know, and we've had that conversation about how they have to change the game. You can't do that anymore. But
I don't know, that young kid, DeGene and stuff. Those boys are kind of following in that mold. Like,
starting to bring it.
We're gonna hit you if you're coming through the neighborhood.
Yeah, that's different.
We better cut this into 2 because we're dragging on.
We can't get into what football players we love. I'll be here all day.
Mowing and
football,
NFL draft and Mother's Day.
So what happens when we say nothing? It just rolls on.
We paused for like 6 seconds, not sure where this was going to go.
And here we are.
And here it is. So
it might be cut into 2 episodes. We'll see how long it really actually was.
That's definitely a good place to wrap it up, whatever it was. So thanks for joining us today, folks. We hope you got something from this, and we hope you come back for another episode.